AM 1160, FM 101.1. She is Karen Salser, Indiana Arts Council, joining us this morning.
Good morning.
Well, hello to you. How are you?
Oh, groovy. How are you?
I'm just fabulous.
Awesome.
Just fabulous. So what's going on in the Arts Council? There's a lot of things you got lined
It is
up
that
here.
busy time of year.
Mm-hmm. It
So-
always seems to be, doesn't it?
It does. It does. But spring especially, we just always have a ton of things, and it's an exciting time. Keeps us busy. Last time that I was here, I had my friend Kate Planiski with me, who is helping to coordinate a fundraiser that we're having in April 13th at the Eagles, called the Funnest Business in Town, and plans are underway. A couple updates about that. Once again, as a review, we're having a friendly competition amongst local businesses in the area, and we're encouraging businesses to even challenge one another to get people involved and to have a friendly little rivalry. We're looking for teams of 4 people, and they'll come together for an evening starting at 5 o'clock. We'll have a buffet set up to have some food beforehand, and 5:30 the games begin. They're random games of chance and really very little skill. Just a whole lot of fun. Earn points and try to find out who is the funnest business in town. And in the end, whoever wins does not get a styrofoam cup like Kate originally said. The cup, they'll get a nice trophy that'll be presented to them at the kickoff for the Westsylvania Jazz and Blues Festival, which is what this is raising money for.
Oh, there you go.
And
Being the
they'll
Arts Council, I bet you that's going to be quite the trophy.
Oh yes, of course. We don't skimp on trophies. That's important. So so the applications are now ready, and if you are interested in finding out more information, or if you would like to sign up a group, we will have that information available on our website later today, and that is indianaartscouncil.org. And you can copy that off and mail it, or email it to us, however is easiest. So, we're looking for teams. And then after that, starting at 7 o'clock, from 7 to 9, we will have our usual annual happy hour, the Blues Happy Hour. And the group that we have, this is one of the updates, is Gene Sweeney and the Blues Gypsies. So they will be playing live music for us. There'll be beverages and food available for that as well. So it's a really great evening.
Yeah, April 13th.
April 13th.
And again, how do people sign up?
To sign up for the Funnest Business in Town, you can talk to one of the board members, or you can go on to indianaartscouncil.org, and we'll have all the information up there later today.
And you can just show up for the happy hour, right?
Absolutely. Yep,
There you
tickets
go.
will be available at the door for that. We'll also be selling them in advance too, but got a little time before that. So,
All right.
yeah.
Funnest Business in Town.
That's right.
I like
That's
it.
right. What a great title.
I
Who
like
doesn't
it.
want to be known as the funnest business
We're
in
the
town?
funnest people around. You're the funnest Indiana Arts Council Executive Director going right now.
Thanks. I take that as a huge compliment. I don't know, Todd. I think maybe you should get a group together.
I think
Come
not.
on. Wow. Shut down on the air.
Okay, so that's one thing.
Yes.
That's one
and,
thing.
We are continuing to try to build our membership and get the name of the Indiana Arts Council out into the community. It's one of those things that I think that sometimes people see what we do but don't necessarily know who we are, or even maybe why we exist. And we really feel that the arts are so important to have, being a vibrant presence in a community. In research that I have read, that it seems like the communities that have a vibrant presence really attracts people to the area. It helps with the economic growth in the area. It helps to bring people and moving to the area. I recently had a conversation with a local artist who said that one of the things that they did when they realized they were coming to the area for business purposes was to look to see if there was an arts council and what was going on in the area, to see what there was to be involved in and how important the community felt the arts was. And that really spoke to me. I thought, there are people who are really looking for that. And who is out there really helping to support and promote that? And that's what we want to be in the community. We want to be able to not only support the efforts that are already out there, local artists also within the schools. Obviously, IUP is a huge presence as well, to be able to support and promote them. But also, we like to try to also provide opportunities for both children, families, and adults in our community to give them opportunity to be immersed in the arts as well that they may not have in other areas.
I bet when that person did his research, found out that this is a pretty active and vibrant arts community, probably more so than most other communities around Western PA, at least.
Absolutely. They were very, very impressed to see what was all going on and excited about the fact that there were things that they knew that they would be interested not only in participating in, but also just going and enjoying in the area.
Yeah.
So,
terrific.
Yeah, and the other thing that's it's so disappointing, but it's just part of the times is funding in our schools is just continuing to be an issue in supporting the arts. There are only so many dollars to go around, and eventually decisions have to be made, often hard decisions. And I've seen it even within our county where programs have changed drastically because they can't either afford to fund a program, they can't afford to fund a teacher to head up that program. And so, though what is in our area continues to be really great, the teachers do a fantastic job, there are things that are having to be kind of set aside and put on the back burner just because there's not enough personnel, there's not enough time, there's not enough funding. And so we'd like to try to make sure that those opportunities are still being presented, perhaps in a different way, but still in our community so that kids are continuing to get opportunities to do things. Adults who enjoy the arts have an opportunity to continue to participate in them. And those who just really feel there's an important place for them to be able to support that.
Do you find that there is, among young people, more interest in one area of the arts than the other? For instance, drawing and painting and sculpture versus musicians. I'm thinking specifically of elementary schools and getting students interested in picking up an instrument. Because in these days and ages, they're picking up phones and they're picking up controllers instead of a flute or a clarinet.
True. That is true. It's funny, as a former band director, I feel like there's a rite of passage almost. By the time they hit that fourth grade, they know this is the year that they get to play a band instrument. And so a lot of times there's that interest in the beginning. And then the reality kind of sets in that, this isn't just like picking up a whistle and blowing it. This is actually going to require some work. And that's where then the competition comes in where, playing a video game seems to be a little more enjoyable than plowing through this and trying to master an instrument. So part of that I've always felt was, what can we do to enhance that experience to make it more enjoyable? Because the reality is practicing is somewhat drudgery, especially in the beginning. You're just trying to learn how to get a decent sound, and how to read the notes. But what can we do to provide opportunities for them to maybe come together and to be able to do this in a group? Because it's always more fun for kids when they can do something socially together and make music together. So, I would say that art, the visual art, painting, drawing, all those things, that's always very popular. It's a very natural progression, I think, for kids when they're really little. They're picking up crayons already. It's there. And I personally feel like everybody has some element of creativity in them that whether they tap into it or not, that's I guess yet to be seen. But everybody has their own interests, but everybody has that desire at some level, I think, to see something created. Yeah.
I think the shameful part of it all is that it's so easy to create it now on your computer.
Yes.
That the actual physical act of learning to use an instrument is falling by the wayside. That's why I think it's so impressive what Indiana Area School District does with its instrumentation programs. I mean, they're just fantastic, and using instruments that you just don't see in school.
That's true.
I mean, how many people have an accomplished string quartet like Indiana High School?
Oh my, yeah. We had for our annual meeting, we had a quartet of students from the high school come, string Quartet. They did a fabulous job. It was just so nice to sit back and have really quality music, and the kids were excited because they were actually able to go and perform somewhere, and you could just see the smiles on their faces, and it encouraged them to want to continue to find more ways in which they could be out in the community and play. So if you're looking for a string quartet, contact me because I can give you a reference. But
Me too, because they performed here and they left their card here.
Oh, there you go. Okay, same one. Perfect. So there you are. You have two resources to talk to if you need a quartet. But they are, they were fabulous. But that's what we want to do. And I was so excited to see that we could be a part of that, to provide them with an opportunity to use their gifts and their talents.
And speaking of opportunities and promotion, give folks the website so that they might go to the Indiana Arts Council and find out more.
Thank you. Once again, it's indianaartscouncil.org. And if you're interested in becoming a member and supporting our efforts or even getting involved in it, have any ideas that you'd like to share, please go onto the website and you'll find lots of information on there if you click around on the tabs.
She's Karen Salser, Indiana Arts Council. Thank you.
Thank you
for coming in this morning. By the way, again, that's April 13th for the Funnest Business in Town. I like it. It's AM 1160 WCCS and 101.1 FM. We're headed toward Fox News at the top of the hour. Josh Widdison is in the newsroom, and he'll be visiting with us shortly after that.